Now, before you go on thinking I'm some type of prude who's bashing the lifestyle I know nothing about, let me give y'all my credentials. From the age of 13 to the age of around 19, there's probably not a single party that I missed. There was not a weekend that went by where I was not at somebody's party. If there was a party happening, I was there to be found. If there was a few parties happening, I was there to be found. And from the age of around 14 or 15 to the age of 19, there was not a day that went by where I did not have some type of substance in my body. And I do mean not a single day. So there are my credentials. Age 19, I went completely sober. And for the last almost 8 years now, I've been absolutely sober off of everything. The only thing you will catch me drinking is water and a little bit of juice on Tuesdays, okay? Maybe some communion on Sunday. So that being said, why I stopped partying and clubbing? Well, to be honest with you, I never really got into clubbing in the first place because I wasn't even old enough. By the time I quit drinking, smoking, etc., I was not even old enough to get into a club. It would only be almost 3 years after where I'd actually legally be able to walk into one. However, I was exposed to some. I used to be part of the music industry, therefore we have backstage access and things of that nature over here in the Bay Area. Don't want to rat anybody out, but they definitely got us into places that we probably were not supposed to be in. And some of the things that I remember from just being in that lifestyle or the party lifestyle overall was, and this is just me being completely honest, this is me not sugarcoating any of it. I remember looking for a sense of validation. Every single place that I went, we were looking to be seen. We were looking to be the dudes on the scene, who everybody saw, who everybody admired, who everybody desired. We were not simply there to quote unquote have a good time. We were there because we had an agenda. Now, there are few and far between individuals who say they're simply going to these places just to have a good time, right? And that is a justification that many of us will use for a multitude of different things in our lives, mostly those things that are toxic and destructive to us at the end of the day, those things that don't benefit us in the long term. So we'll use the excuse of I'm just here for a good time. And I justified it as I'm simply having a good time, right? But in reality, we were showing up because we wanted to be seen. And I had one of two agendas. Number one was to get some, and number two was to get some and get something in my system. Those are the two things that I was looking to do. I was looking to escape through substance or escape through somebody. And I was going to get one of the two, maybe both each night. Now, I'll be, again, blatantly, completely transparent. Whoever watches this, if you're a family member, somebody who loves me, this is a tell-all, right? You are now getting to see what was going on during those years. During those years, I was looking for identity and I was looking for it in all the wrong places. And I was looking for it in places that I believed would give me enough of an escape from my real life, enough of an escape from myself that I could completely throw myself into this thing. And that's what partying and clubbing was, right? Again, when you're young, you have this temperament or this idea in your head programmed into you that the only way you can truly have fun, the only way you can truly socialize in a way that's still going to have you stand out amongst your peers is to party. Like, think about college, right? Why do most, at least Americans, go to university? It's not because they want the degree. Yes, we may say it's because we want better opportunities from higher education, but if you talk to most kids within their circle, they're going to that college, they're going to that university because they're looking for the best place to party, the best scene that they can get a part of or they can become a part of. They're looking for gratification. They're looking for validation through their peers, through how they get down on the weekend. And once you're in college, it's definitely weekdays, and damn near every day is susceptible to this kind of lifestyle. And so I had to start getting real honest with myself. And I had to do so because I started feeling the weight of my lifestyle and I started feeling the burden of it. Like, there were times when I might have been on one, but I sobered up real quick. And I would think to myself, why am I here? What is the actual purpose of me being here? Like, these weren't things I was trying to contemplate. I wasn't trying to kill my own high, kill my own buzz, whatever it was, right? I wasn't trying to mess up the vibe. I was simply unable to escape myself. And I was sitting there. I would find myself literally times sitting, let's say on a couch or whatever it was, right? Surrounded by homies and a couple homegirls, if you know what I mean. And I would think to myself, what am I like? What am I getting out of this? Like, what am I doing? I couldn't help but introspect. Now, I know this isn't everybody who has these types of thoughts, but I know we all have those sober moments where we think, what am I actually doing with my life? Right? Maybe you're part of the hookup culture and you find yourself, one person after the next, and you end up just thinking to yourself, this feels so empty. Like there has to be more than this. But you continue to do it because you become addicted to that cheap version of validation. You've become addicted to the cheap version of quote unquote love. And so you continue that activity because you're addicted to the emotions that you're getting from these toxic behaviors. And the party lifestyle, or, the clubbing lifestyle, right? The nightlife, as we call it, is really just a substitute for something that we're looking to fulfill within ourselves. If we were to get all the way honest with ourselves, peel all the layers off of the BS, at the very bottom, we realize that the reason why I'm going to a club every weekend, the reason I'm looking for a party all the time, is because I'm looking to drown myself in something. I'm looking to escape my reality. And now that might sound fine to you. Maybe this sounds like I'm killing your high. I'm killing your buzz right now, right? Who's this dude? He's so serious. Just because he didn't get something, like that's what you're thinking. It's crazy. I had somebody on a video about, things to beware about with these pickup artists, these manipulators, etc. Right? I had a video like that. And somebody in the messages said, see, this is what happens when you don't get none. And I was like, boy, I wish you knew. Boy, I wish you knew. I said, this is the type of message you get from an individual who has realized that what he was doing was based on insecurities and based on hurt. And the reason why he was always looking for and getting some P is because he was looking to validate himself through it. Because he did not feel worthy or adequate. That's the fact. And so when it comes to this party lifestyle, that's what I started to realize for myself was this was not a place I enjoyed being. There were things I enjoyed during those days, like making music, being creative, being with other creative individuals and, aspiring towards our dreams and things of that nature. Those things I truly, truly, genuinely enjoyed. And those were parts of my life that have contributed to where I am right now, right? As I've come back to myself, the person who is the creator, the person who is the ambitious individual, the go-getter. I had elements of that back then, but it was all saturated in this bravado, in this illusion per se, right? And think about it. Why do we walk into these parties and these clubs and have to be on some type of substance in order for us to feel like we fit in? Like I remember when I was finally sober and I went to a party and it almost looked like I was watching a circus. And I wasn't trying to judge the people. I was simply just observing. And it looked like a madhouse. People running around and screaming and yelling and people doing funky things and these dudes trying to get these chicks drunk. Like it was just so much going on. And I had a different perspective, especially again, being really the only sober person at the party. And I was approached by individuals who would ask, are you Buddhist? Like, what is it? Are you, did you used to be alcoholic? Like, why don't you drink? They were so surprised. They were so baffled that I didn't. And it's so ironic because when I was in that party lifestyle, when I was on the substances, nobody ever questioned why I was doing it. That's the ironic part. Nobody ever questioned me when I was on the substance. But as soon as I got off the substance, all of a sudden it was breaking news, right? All of a sudden it was a huge deal. And now it was, in some cases, a problem to some people. Because they would try to push me and push me and push me and coerce me and shame me and guilt me for not doing these specific activities in order for them to feel adequate, in order for them not to have their insecurities flare up. So back to the point. I found myself, again, observing this scene and really seeing what it was about. And I realized just about everybody who's here, yes, they are here under the quote-unquote guise or disguise of fun, but that version of fun was something that somebody else told them, right? Like the first time you drink as a teenager, as hopefully at 21, but let's be real, most times not. You actually have to acquire the taste. And you never really like the taste. It's not like, oh, when you eat, your favorite type of candy or your favorite type of dessert or something. Like, nobody has to train you to like that. Nobody has to force it down your throat 100 times or coerce you into drinking or eating it in order for you to enjoy it. Whereas with alcohol, literally your body rejects it, and then you have to drink more and more of it until your body no longer rejects it as much. You're literally putting a toxin into your body and then hoping to get used to it so you can fill your body up with as much of it so you can completely lose your sense of self, so you can go into this environment and participate in what that environment has to offer. And what that environment is really offering, what it's truly offering under the veil, is validation for a sense of a lack of self-worth. People in droves are running into clubs with low self-esteems looking to be validated. That's why you put your best on. You get dressed in a certain type of way, right? You do your makeup in a different type of way. Fellas, you do your beard and your haircut in a certain type of way. It's all to be seen. It's all to attract, and it's all to extract. Everything you do within the setting of a party or a club and that type of nightlife lifestyle is to bring about the attention of the individual or individuals that you want to extract something from. And in more cases than not, you know exactly what it is you're trying to extract. Because that is a cheap version of love that you have become so used to. Because you have not gone and done the inner work. You have not yet gone through the processing of those emotions that have calcified within your body, within your system. Those old thought processes, those insecure, unworthy, undeserved belief systems that you have not yet processed, healed through, and let go and transcended. And so when you're in that place, that unhealed place, a party in a club is going to sound like the next best place for you to dwell. It's going to sound like a relief to you. But once you start to truly do that work, once you start to truly dive into that inner work, I promise you, the whole game changes. You can't be in that environment the same way. Once you really start to heal and you step into the party scene, nightlife scene, whatever you may want to call it, it doesn't even appeal to you anymore. Like, okay, maybe you still sip a little bit, but you just want to sip casual. Now you just want to kick it at the lounge maybe. Or now you just want to, hang out with friends, even be at the house. How about that? And maybe invite some people or be by yourself. How about that? What a novel thought. Enjoy the house that you are paying rent for. How about, wow, just what a crazy thought that is. Imagine enjoying a night with yourself or with your significant other, with your closest friends, the real ones you can have real conversations with. Imagine that. But no, what they teach us in this culture is the opposite. They say, go out, get laid as many times as possible, right? Look rich, but go broke trying to look rich in order to impress those people that you're trying to get laid by. Extract as much as you can. Use people, because it's going to make you feel better. Oh, and by the way, also buy our products, right? This product, the Gucci belt, is going to make you stand out more than the next person, right? The Hermes is going to make you stand out more than the next person. Oh, make sure you get these Balmains to go with it. Oh, also make sure that you get this, I don't know what type of shirts they're wearing nowadays. I just wear, well, this is a Nike one, but I just usually wear just a black shirt, right? They sell you on these ideas of what's going to make you appeal to the individual that you're trying to extract something from. It's a form of witchcraft. It's a form of manipulation. And I was a part of it just as much as anybody else. I was a master wizard in that space. I had the look, I had the ism, the swag, the mannerisms, all of it. All of it. You know what it looks like having that backwood in your hand and you with the homies and you got the Henny bottle on you and y'all are the rappers and come on, man. Come on. You know exactly what you're doing in those spaces. You're looking for people to validate you, and that's it. There is nothing about that space that is truly created simply for a good night out or fun. The entire environment is made so you can hide your true self, create an identity, put on a mask, escape from your reality, and dive into this character that is not truly you? Why you think they dim the lights so tough? Then they turn the lights on. Now you're looking at folk like, who are you? Wait, you were looking like Shaquisha. Now you're looking like Shaq. Who are you? You understand me? You were looking like Boris Kojo. Now you're looking like Boring Kojo. Like you're confused by the end of the night when they turn them lights on because the facade has been dropped just a little bit. And once that liquor wears off, now you got a real person in front of you. And now you got real life decisions and consequences that come with that in most cases. When let's not even get down that road because that's a road that don't end. How many individuals have laid up with somebody, a stranger, that they don't even know, and now they got a kid, and now they got real life situations going on? These are consequences that are not thought of when you're trying to satisfy the ego. This is what happens. That's what happens when you take that road. I know that for a fact. I lost best friends to this lifestyle. Best friends, the people I spend every single day with, whether it's in a casket, whether it's in and out of rehab centers, in and off, on and off of drugs, not able to take care of the families that they created because of those consequences, in and out of jail. This is real life. So we all have decisions to make, and we can make the decision for ourselves to continue to perpetuate that mirage and that image and that gimmick that we're trying to put on for somebody else just in order to get their attention enough to use them for you know what. I don't know if I can talk about that on YouTube or not. So I'm just going to mention this, you know what. You know what you're trying to get. You're trying to get to the box like Roddy Ricch. You're trying to get the pipe like Mario. But you don't give a damn about the person on the other side. And they don't give a damn about you. And y'all both know it, but y'all try to hide from that fact. And y'all then delude yourself into, I can't believe this person hurt me. Why do I continue to run into narcissists? Do you think you're not going to continue to run into self-centered individuals if you are going out looking to extract, looking to take? You are the narcissist. You're the self-centered person in that situation as well. Let's not get that twisted. I was the person who was displaying those narcissistic traits when I was looking to manipulate people in order to get what I wanted. And you might say, oh, it's not manipulation. I'm just being me, bro. I just got game. Yeah, I know what game is. Game is playing a game. That's what that is. It's being fake. It's putting on a mask, a persona, in order for you to get something out of somebody that you want that does not benefit them. And it certainly doesn't benefit you in the long run. It don't benefit your mind, your body, or your soul. And your spirit was not the one who led you to that club. Your spirit did not bring you to the party. Trust me. Your spirit is not looking for spirits. Hope that didn't go over your head. Your spirit is not looking for spirits. Your spirit is not calling you out to get wasted, to get blacked out, to turn up. Your spirit is never calling you. It's calling you to turn up higher, into higher levels of being. It's calling you to turn up into higher levels of consciousness, into higher levels of yourself, into illumination, into evolution. But it's not calling you to turn up on no Hennessy. I'm telling you that for a fact. Not one person, spirit said, you know what? I know what my spirit is telling. My spirit really wants me to turn up on a fifth of Hennessy right now. That's what my spirit desires for me. That's the greatest good for me right now. No, you're doing that in order to escape, and that's final. And this isn't me shaming. This isn't me saying something's wrong with you. This is me simply pointing out the fact, because I had to be honest with myself. Either I was going to continue to kill myself or I was going to heal myself. There was no in between.